Good morning, Lakeview Intermediate. It is Friday, the first Friday of 2022, and this is Lakeview Liftoff Live. Happy to see everybody this morning on this frigid, cold morning. Oh my gosh, let's just remember when the summertime and we are all complaining about how hot it is, remember today. Remember how cold it was, and probably won't complain about the heat anymore. Although some of this cold air would feel really good on a summer day if you just for a little bit. Anyway, well, let's get right to it. This is normally the part of liftoff. This is going to be a little different. This is cool. This is special. You ready? This is normally when I would say, let's bring in Mrs. Frame, but I can't bring in Mrs. Frame because she is not here. She's going to be out for a while she takes care of her new baby at home. And so we are waiting to hear from her on how that's going. But for now, I want you to help me welcome today. We have a guest assistant principal who's going to be with us until about April. And she's an experienced principal who's done a lot of work in other schools. And I'm so excited to have her here. So I want everyone to welcome to the broadcast, Miss Howard. Here she is. Good morning, Miss Howard.
Good morning. Good morning, Lakeview. I'm excited to be here.
We're glad you're here. So I want everyone to see she's in Mrs. Frame's office, but she is going to be with us. She's my new partner. You're going to see her in the hallways, cafeteria, recess, everywhere. And again, you've done a lot of principaling, haven't you?
I have at every level. So it'll be exciting.
All right. And you've also been a school counselor.
Yes.
So when, students, when you just like Mrs. Frame, Mrs. Mann, Miss Conklin, Miss Howard can help you with any issue you have. I don't want you to feel like, oh, she's new. I don't know if she can help me. She absolutely can. She's at the ready even today. If you need anything at all, Miss Howard is here for all of us. So welcome, Miss Howard. We hope you love it.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, let's get to our morning announcements. Get this on screen. I'll keep you on here as we go through here. So first off, here it comes. We welcomed you here. We'll give you a chance. Is there anything in particular you want to tell us about yourself? Just something, a fun fact that the kids might want to know? If not, we can do that another day if you want to think about it.
I think one of the fun facts is that, I've done a little bit of everything, but I played the flute for 9 years. And I played basketball for 8 years. And so I'm kind of well-versed. And I also showed livestock. So I did a little bit of everything. So I have a lot of different interests in my background. So I'll be able to talk to just about any kid about anything.
Fantastic. So I know we have some flute players, and I know we've got some basketballers in our school. So
awesome.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, welcome. So just a couple reminders, everybody. Cafeteria. I've been in the cafeteria, overheard you all using your student ID numbers. Thank you for those of you that are good at knowing your student ID number. Again, if you don't, it's okay. You can give them your last name. Just be ready with that number or your last name as you come through, because that helps the line go through faster. But if you know that number, that's really, really helpful. So thank you, everybody who've been doing that. Remember, there's a chess tournament at Independence this weekend. We have the information in the office. If you're interested in participating, check-ins at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I know it was cheaper to register online, $25, I think, and then it was $35 to register at the door, but you can. So Lakeview chess players, get there and represent tomorrow at Independence. That'd be awesome. Just a reminder, it's cold. We're going to have inside recess again. We've had some pods that are doing just an amazing job. One that comes to mind, I want to give a shout out, and there's others, I'm sure, but I went into pod 1 yesterday, and pod 1 was showing how inside recess is done. We're having a good time. We're enjoying a movie or an activity, but we're not crazy loud, because remember, we're not outside when it's inside recess. So while it's still recess and it's more of a fun time, remember, we're not using outside voices in inside recess. And when we're transitioning from the pod to the lunchroom or lunchroom to the pod, please remember you're passing other pods that have classes going on. So once we're on the carpet, we need to be quiet. So please, let's continue to work on that during our inside recess. But special shout out to pod 1. There were probably others, but that was one that I went into yesterday. I was like, wow, this pod is really doing a great job today. So I wanted to recognize that. All right. Speaking of shout outs, Miss Howard, this is a special part of our broadcast. It's time for the Miller 5 shout out. All right. So the Miller 5 shout out, we have a student who has shown the Miller 5, and we want to recognize that student right now. So today's Miller 5 shout out goes to, I went too far. Ronaldo Reynoso. Ronaldo, I'm looking at you. Ronaldo's teacher tells me that on the on the first day back to school after break, he rocked it, and rocked is in capital letters, Ronaldo. So you must have done something exceptionally amazing. Miss Busto says she can always count on him in small groups to volunteer, read, and answer questions. And coming back to school after a long break takes some adjustment. She said he jumped right in and never missed a beat. You'd never know he was coming in from winter break. And I admire that because I know on Monday and Tuesday, I was struggling coming back to school and coming back to work. So I love hearing that, Ronaldo, you were ready to jump in and got right after it, showing the Miller 5. And that's why you are today's Miller 5 shout out. Congratulations. All right, let's bring in Miss Mann and Miss Conklin because it is time for Pixelated Pieces. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Doing good.
Anything special going on today, Mrs. Mann?
Well, every day is a holiday. There's always something to celebrate. And today I have a prop to help me. No, it's not a food holiday, though. Sorry.
Oh, I like those.
It's National Bobblehead Day.
Really?
Well, there you go.
So here's my Captain America bobblehead.
Nice.
So, there's always something small and joyful to celebrate every day. So today, celebrate your bobbleheads.
Fantastic. All right. Well, what do we have for Pixelated Pieces?
Well, it's a new year. It's a new beginning. It's time to start thinking about new things. You kind of talked about resolutions and things like that. And resolutions work if you stick with them, right? But goals, we need to have goals. Small goals, long-term goals. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, how to set those. And remember, if you mess up, it doesn't mean your goal is over and you have to quit. It just means you pick yourself right back up and start again. So let's watch this.
All right.
You have a goal. You want to achieve something? You have big dreams you want to accomplish. That's great. But here's the bad news. Did you know that 92% of people never achieve their goal? Perhaps most people never learn to set goals the right way in the first place. Well, you're in luck because today I'm here to help you do just that. I'm Aspen, this is Rocket Kids, and let's get this started. So, you have a goal. That's awesome. So, go out there and start working hard on achieving that goal. In theory, that sounds good. But in reality, that doesn't always work out so well. There's a reason most successful people begin with a plan. You can't just build a house without a plan. You can't just build a successful business without a plan. And you certainly can't achieve a goal without a plan. Before I give you 4 proven steps to ensure that you reach that goal, I must say that learning to set a plan for your goals can help as you grow from a little you to a big you. Goal setting is a skill, and it's something we must learn. It teaches us to take responsibility for our behaviors, it promotes a can-do attitude, and it forms a powerful, lifelong habit of achieving the things we want. Sounds pretty good, right? Now that we have that out of the way, here are 4 proven steps you can take to reach your goals. Number 1, choose your big goal. What is that one thing you want to achieve? If you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you set your sights on? Think big. This is your goal. This is your vision. You have to know where you're going. So choose your big goal. Number 2, what's the purpose of that goal? I think a better way of saying this is, why do you want to achieve this goal? How can it help others? How can it help you? If you don't have a true reason for why you want to do something, then what's the point of even doing it? This is no different when it comes to our goals. If there is no real purpose for wanting to achieve it, it most likely will never happen. Have a purpose, and when you get stuck, come back to your purpose. Number 3, break it down into smaller steps. Use a goal ladder. At the top of the ladder is the big goal, and each rung on the ladder are the smaller steps required to get to the top. One step leads to the next. And when we have smaller steps along the way, it's much easier to measure our progress. Make these steps very specific and use the 3 W's to help define each step. Who can help? What do I need to do? And when do I need to do it? Small steps are the key to reaching your goal. Number 4, what are the obstacles? Here's what most people never think about. And when it gets hard or they can't see reaching that next step, they give up. But We need to plan for the obstacles. We need to plan for the hard stuff. What can stand in your way of achieving your big goal? And when that happens, what are you going to do about it? What negative thoughts might you have along the way? How can you use positive self-talk to overcome these obstacles? What about perseverance and grit? Do you have what it takes? Do you want it bad enough? Think about the obstacles that can stand in your way and how you can overcome them. Here's a bonus tip. Write it down and monitor your progress. By writing it down, you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals. And by monitoring where you are, you can see what you are doing right, which encourages you to continue on your track. By seeing where you can improve, you can make adjustments and continue towards reaching your goal. Reaching our goals is never easy. It takes a lot of hard work, and we have to take massive action. But always take a look at that ladder and see how far you've come. Congratulate and reward yourself along the way. And just think about how it will feel when you finally do reach that goal. What is your big goal? Let us know by commenting on this video. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make our day.
All right. Well, we all have goals that we want to accomplish each year, or we should think of something that we would like to do. So I think one of the most important things that she said is 42% of people make it when they write it down. So I feel like if you figure out what your big goal is and then write it down, that right there helps you to stay focused. You're going to say, well, what purpose is this? Is that if my goal is to make all A's, what's that going to do for me? That's going to help me learn a little more than I would have. And then you want to break it down into small steps. So if I want to make an A in one of my class, maybe I need to study a little bit each night. I need to focus in class and put a little extra effort in. And then what are the obstacles? Well, maybe you have soccer practice or flute practice or different things. You go to different organizational meetings with your parents in the evenings. So those might be obstacles to doing your extra studying. And as long as you say, well, I'm not going to be able to study on Tuesday nights because I have soccer practice, but I can do it on the way and figure out how you're going to overcome that obstacle, I feel like you're going to be on your way to meeting your goal.
I think that's great. And one thing else that I liked is that she said, do you really want it? If you really want to accomplish your goal, you're going to figure out a way to make it happen. Be a problem solver, like Ms. Conklin said. Study on the way to practice, have that perseverance and grit. And that positive self-talk goes right back to that growth mindset stuff we've been talking about all year long. Mm-hmm. So if you fall down and you fail, failure's not a bad thing. Remember, you pick yourself back up, you try again, because you can do hard things. If you really want to reach that goal, you will find a way to make it happen. So don't give up.
I love it. Great reminders, ladies. Goal setting is so important. And like we said on Wednesday, and you just said it, it doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. You can set goals and strive for new things anytime you want. You just decide that today's going to be a new day. I'm going to do something different and do something better. And I think the most important thing, because this happens all the time, we fall, we fail, we trip and fall. Get up, keep trying.
That's resilient. That's the Miller 5.
Yep, that's it. Miller 5. All right. Well, another special part, and ladies, if you would stay on with us, please, because we need to show Miss Howard how we launch a day, and I'm going to need your help to do that. So I've got to get Liftoff back up here because Miss Howard, another wonderful part of our day, launching our day, is our corny joke. So brace yourself. So we got the corny joke hat. So everybody notice how we're helping Miss Howard get comfortable at Lakeview, just like you do with new students in your class, and you're welcoming and kind. I want us all to do that for her today. So that's what we're doing here. So our corny joke of the day, ladies, I have a very special skill. I don't know if you knew this. So I'm going to share it with you. Did you know that I can cut down trees just by looking at them?
I had no idea.
Just looking at them.
That's impressive.
It's true. I saw it with my own eyes.
Wow.
That's a corny joke. That's fine. That's a corny joke.
There you go. All right. So the most important, we got to do our pledges. Everybody, if you would please stand, be ready and respectful. We'll do our pledges, and then we'll show Miss Howard how we launch the day. So here we go. Attention, salute, and pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Oklahoma flag. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. Next, we'll have our moment of silence. If you would please be seated, we'll pause to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity. Our moment of silence begins now. All right. So, get everybody back on screen here. Miss Howard, how we do it at Lakeview? We launch our day. We always say we can't get on to learning until we've launched our day. And so that's why we call it Lakeview Liftoff. So somebody does the call out and then somebody does the return call. So Mrs. Mann, Miss Conklin, I'll do the start and you'll do the launch. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go all together. And the kids are doing this in the classroom. We are
Lakeview.
We are not
Average.
We will strive
For the
For the
Miller
Miller
5.
and whatever it takes, we will.
Grow.
3, 2, 1.
Lift off.
All right. Have a fantastic Friday, Lakeview. See you later.